Hi, so good afternoon. I'm Yi and we are from I-VTech Solutions. So together with Tech Data and Autodesk, we hereby jointly presents today's webinars on safely securing your design data. So doing a quick introduction of us so before I'll hand over to our guest speaker, Syed, today on the main topic. So yeah, Syed, can we go to the next slide? Okay, so before we begin, let me do a quick introduction of us, I-VTech Solutions. So we are an authorized Autodesk reseller partner. And we specialize in the product design and manufacturing side of things. So we are one of the few highly specialized in manufacturing partners in Singapore. So our company have over 20 years experience in providing computer-aided technology solutions similar to what Autodesk offers, CAD modeling, analysis, simulation, and together with all the relevant end-to-end solutions and services. Next slide. So a little bit on what we offer. What we offer is trying to be based on solving your customers' business challenges. And let's break our services down to three pillars under design, use, and make. So under the design umbrella, we have 3D modeling and drafting solutions, both 2D and 3D. And second, for simulation analysis field, especially so we specialize in simulation of plastic injection molding, computational flow dynamics, CFD, and FEA solutions. And we also provide relevant consultation services on these modeling. And under Make, we provide CNC post-processing services, and very popular these days, we also offer 3D printing and consultation services. And lastly, under the application umbrella, we cover both software and hardware implementation and customized training of software and systems, and also product data management solutions. And next. So we trying to show a portfolio of our current customers. So over the years, our clientele have expanded, and our customers are from a wide variety of industries and segments. You can see, like government agencies, Institute of Higher Learning, research institutes, oil and gas. You can also go to the next slide. There's another slide of the clients. Semiconductor, electronics, tooling, injection molding, interior fit-out, consumer products, where we have always been offering them value-driving end-to-end solutions. So, next, last slide on our part. So this wraps up the quick introduction of I-VTech. So you can always visit our company website to read up our range of solutions and services. And you can always reach out to either me or Marcus over our email contact is here for more queries. Paste this link and our email contact on chat over here so you can copy it. So yeah, over the side. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So before I start, I would like to do a little bit of sound check. Do I sound clear? Everybody can hear me?
Yes, good from my end.
Very clear? Clear, right? So I can proceed. Okay, so hi everyone. So my name is Syed. So I'm the solution consultant for the tech solutions or tech data. Okay, so for today's session, so I'm going to talk a little bit about securely share design data, but in the scope of product design and manufacturing collections. Okay, so whatever the solution that is already inside product design and manufacturing collections that can be used to collaborate and share data internal and also externally. Okay. Okay, so when I talk about product design and manufacturing collections, so Autodesk product design and manufacturing collection spans across design and manufacturing. So it's not just focused on 3D modeling, not just on design. It basically includes the tools you need to develop your ideas, design your product, simulate it to make sure that it's going to work in real life, analyze the dimension tolerance, create CAM machining toolpath strategies for the CNC machines. Okay, and also we can also do like factory layout and also process optimization to optimize the flow of factory floor. Okay, so when we talking about the scope of securely shared design data, so all the data is stored can be stored and also managed in secure projects. Okay, and the best of all, these collections is available as single affordable subscriptions. Okay, the full name of it is Product Design and Manufacturing Collections, and I'll be referring it to as PDMC throughout the presentations. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, Autodesk PDMC can cater from the earliest stage of the sales cycle, which is from the sales bid RFQ process, which is you come up with a draft for sales, for bidding, for tendering, up to design and engineering, where we create more detailed model, more detailed products up to the bolt and nuts level of details. Okay, conceptual design, mechanical design, all the working assemblies, moving components, simulation of parts, like design validation to check whether the part is strong enough or not, tolerance analysis to check the tolerance between components, whether they are too tight or too loose, or what's the best tolerance to put in. Okay, when we go to the next stage, which is the production level, so we can also create mold tool and die design. We can create factory design layout to optimize our so-called factory layout. Okay, and of course machining. We can create machining programs, CNC codes straight away from this PDMC. Okay, and also when we talk about sales and services, so there's things like additive manufacturing, where we create 3D printing of the so-called prototypes, assembly instruction, and also a photorealistic visualization. So basically, you can create all the marketing content and so on, photorealistic rendering and also animations. Okay, throughout all this process, there's always data management to help to manage all the data. So when I explain from sales, design, engineering, production, sales and services, so this usually involve with a lot of data and involve a lot of people who are using the data. So within PDMC, we have some data management function or features that can be very helpful to help to manage all this process. Okay, so this is all the products that's inside PDMC. This is an old icon. Okay, so probably you've seen of some of these icons. Inventor Professional is inside the PDMC. Inventor Professional is the hero product of the collections. Inventor Nasran, where we create design validation. Inventor Nasran was previously from NASA. Okay, so Inventor CAM, tolerance analysis, AutoCAD. Okay, the famous AutoCAD. Inventor Nesting to create cutting optimizations before we laser cut our raw material, factory design utilities for the factory layout, for basics, for data management, Fusion 360, Navisworks Manage, Recap Pro, and Autodesk Max. Okay, here is the new icon. Okay, so starting I think this year, okay, version 2023. So they'll start using this icon. Okay, basically it's almost the same thing. So everything is simplified, easier to so-called recognize. Okay, even the PDMC icon also has been changed. Okay, so let's look at the scope of securing the design data. Okay, so, or sharing it in a secure way. Okay, so inside PDMC, so there are few. Okay, on this image here is all the cloud sharing solutions that so-called Autodesk have. So shared views, okay, Autodesk Drive, Fusion Team, Autodesk BIM 360 Doc has been renamed to Autodesk Docs, okay, Desktop Connector, and also Autodesk Fusion Lifecycle. So this is all the what Autodesk have for cloud collaborations. So there are more advanced ones, but this is something that can be related to manufacturing process. Okay, so when we talking about external collaboration workflow, basically we want to send out data, we want to get feedbacks, or we want to deliver our designs to our customer, or maybe we want to collaborate on design. So this is where external collaboration workflow comes in. Okay, first of all, we have Autodesk Viewer or Autodesk Drive to share and collaborate visual representations of our model. Basically, we are not sending the whole data, but instead of that, we're just sharing the view that can be played around and checked for measurements and so on. I'll explain more later. Okay, and then we have Autodesk Drive. We can share the data using, okay, let's say I'm sharing the data, right? So I can share it to someone that do not have the account or do not have the software, but they can just open it up through internet browser. And then we have Fusion Team. Fusion Team is together inside PDMC. As long as you have Fusion 360, you have Fusion Team capabilities or collaboration capabilities inside. Okay, let's talk about shared views. Okay. So when we use shared view, shared view is something that can be accessed through some of the application inside PDMC, things like from Vault, from Inventor, from AutoCAD. So basically what shared view does is basically we share and collaborate on visual representation, as you can see on the middle image. So from my desktop, from my design engineer PC, I can share it out. So the person who receive it, in this case, I'm sharing it to my customer, my suppliers, and also my shop floor. They can see the products, they can see the assembly, but the only thing they can do is they can measure, they can create markups, they can give comments so that we can collaborate a little bit more on the design. Okay, so what reviewer can do? Reviewer access viewable in Autodesk Viewer. So basically, let's say after I shared the link, right? So the person who received the link will open it up through internet browser. You do not need any installations. You can open it up on any device, or PC, your tablet, your laptop, of course, your phones. Okay, it can be done either in office or maybe on the road or maybe on site. Okay, no installation needed. So reviewer sign in to add comment in case you need to add comments, you need to sign in. Design engineer receive email notification. Okay, so let's say after I send out the shared link, right? So the person who review it or maybe give comments to it, okay, after they give a comment, then I will receive some notification on who made comments and what comments. So all that can be tracked on the right hand side. As you can see on the image on the right hand side, it can be tracked later on. Okay, shared view supported application. So basically for shared view, so Inventor files, of course, we get all the Inventor files is supported. AutoCAD, electrical, mechanical, civil 3D drawings, and there are also this application that do not have the shared view capabilities. Right. So shared view requirements. So what shared view requirements that you need to know? Okay, so basically, if you have the access or you have the subscription to product design and manufacturing collection, basically you already have access to the shared view. But the only thing you need to make sure that it is assigned to you. So if your so-called access is controlled by a contract manager or maybe your team lead or maybe your manager, so please ask them to make sure that they allow the shared view assignment here. So basically, you will see that after this is assigned, I mean, you already have the capability to use shared view. If not, then you will not have it. Okay. So so we can share this data with all the stakeholders in this most easiest form straight away directly from the design software, without having to go and probably zip the file, send out to maybe to some website to host it and so on. So we don't need to do that. Also, we need to protect our IP, okay, our intellectual property. We can track comments, we can collaborate. So we can also use this for internal and also cross-organization sharing. Okay, so independent viewing tools. Okay, so it doesn't limit you to any device as long as you have the internet and you can access your internet browser. You can view it. You can even open it from maybe your Android TV if you have your Android TV. Okay, so let me just do link from here. So let's say here is from Inventor. So I want to share view. So basically, I just click a shared view, give some names, I click share, and then I'll see that I have my collaboration. I'll share the links. So this is the view that after I share the links, right? So they will just paste it on the internet browser, and then they can see this. Okay, so this is internet browser, right? So see what they can do. So we can explode the view. Okay, sorry, we can also slice the view, we can explode the view. Okay, in this case, this assembly, I can explode it. So imagine you can do this in the internet browser. This is not any applications. This is just your internet browser. So give comments. So let's say I give some comments. So these people, that person already give some feedback or some comments, then I will receive it. I can trace it and I can make changes. So let's say on my side, I make changes to it, and then I can amend the products, and I can click on resolve once I resolve or maybe settle the issues that has been highlighted. Okay, so this is on shared view, pretty straightforward, right? Okay. So before I go to the Autodesk Drive, so any questions? Okay, so I hear nothing. So I'll proceed to Autodesk Drive. So basically, Autodesk Drive is a CAD-aware cloud storage for individual and small teams. Okay, the keywords here is the CAD-aware cloud storage. Okay, you have a lot of cloud storage applications or solutions out there in the market. There's a lot, but are they CAD-aware? So what is CAD-aware? So basically, they can process, they can accept and process all the CAD informations. And also we can create a view. They have their own viewer, okay, and they can read all the properties of the CAD files and so on. Okay, so Autodesk Drive is available as part of supported subscription. So any products that you subscribe, you have access to Autodesk Drive. Since now all the licenses is using subscription, right? So everyone has their own sign-in. So please make sure that you know your sign-in and password so that you can access or you can get the benefit of all this cloud solution that Autodesk has to offer. Okay, so CAD-aware 25 gig cloud storage for individual and small teams. So you have 25 gig of cloud storage of CAD-aware storage, cloud storage. So this is per person. So let's say you have 10%, so it will be 250 GB. Of course, you can add this later on. Okay, so out of the box, you got 25 gig of cloud storage. Okay, it supports over 60 types of Autodesk and also third-party files. So like AutoCAD drawings or all the famous 3D application software also supported, so you don't have to worry. So you can view and organize files stored in Autodesk Drive straight away from desktop. Basically, you can connect or you can control the hierarchy of your folder inside of your Autodesk Drive from your desktop as well. Okay, so we'll see about that later on. Okay, so what can be done? Okay, so collaborator can access design files in Autodesk Drive. So what can, one of the things is, of course, you can share. So all the collaborators, let's say I invite all of you to join to my projects. Okay, so to my drive here. So all of you can upload your files into the projects if I assign you as collaborators. So if I assign you as just someone who can just review, you can just review. So you can control the permissions. Okay, so and also Autodesk Drive can also trace or smart enough to maintain or to organize the versioning of the file. So let's say after you make amendment to one of the files, right? Okay, you can upload a new version, so it can store maybe version 1, version 2, version 3, and so on. And what's more good about it is that it will not so-called overlap or replace the previous version, but instead they kept it all. So in case currently you are in version 6, right? And then suddenly you need to reuse back version 3. So you can always go back to version 3 and make it recent and just reuse it. Okay, so you can trace where this file is used in. So is there any drawing associated to it? And also Autodesk Drive have its viewing capabilities. Okay, so let me just explain to you from a video. Okay, so this video is shown on Autodesk A360. So previously, Autodesk Drive is called A360 Drive. Okay, so in this case, so let's say from this is our internet browser. So let's say I put in some assembly. So this is my assembly file. So invented assembly file. So let's say from there, what can I do? So I can create some discussion. So all the collaborators involved in the project can discuss on the files. So we can view something similar that what the shared view have previously, but we can also detect from all the parts. You see, we have all the properties on the right hand side. We can see the area of the components, the volume of the components, all the file names, all the part numbers is also shown. So basically, this is what CAD Aware is about. So it detects all the properties, and also you can see on the left hand side is the part number. So you can easily type in a keyword or search for a component. So it will search for you. It's that fast. Okay, same goes. So we can create some markups. Okay, create markups. So in this case, I'm giving some comments whether this is the right parts. So whether you want to review or make amendment to the parts. Okay, so it is stored here. So you can see, so it's either we can do that markups or we can detect on part or detect on the components itself. Okay, so you can see that maybe we want to, this person wants us to extend the sheet metal, okay, to make it longer. Okay, so imagine that you are currently communicating all this in email, but instead if you use this, it is stored here. It's like you are chatting on your social media account. You can see, you can reply from there. It is stored and we can assign to a specific person. So in this case, after the comment has been done, so we will get the notification. I will get the notification. So I need to open it up so you can see. So in here, I can see it from my tablet. So how does it look like? Zoom in and zoom out. I can measure. I can trace comment. Okay. So give feedbacks. Okay. Auto bracket seems to catch conveyor. So please amend. So we can amend from there. So let's say that once the comment has been made, so the responsible engineer need to make changes and can respond back to the comment and set the case or set the issue as closed, so or resolved. Okay, so that's on Autodesk Drive. So now let's look at Vault and Fusion team. So data management and product design and manufacturing teams. Okay, Fusion team is included in every subscription of Fusion 360. So in this case, if you have Fusion 360, you have the Fusion team capabilities. Fusion team is basically the collaboration capabilities of the cloud collaboration capabilities of the Fusion 360. So in this case, if you have subscription to the PDMC, automatically means that you have the Fusion team capabilities as well. Okay. So so when we talk about Vault, so there are two types of vaults that are commonly used. So the first one, the Vault Basic, is the one that's included in the PDMC. Okay, and the other one is Vault Professional that can cater more advanced features or advanced data management features. Okay, so in this case, let's talk about the Vault Basic first. So what can Vault Basic do? So basically, Vault Basic can help you to manage all your files. So it's for easier searching of the file's name. You can secure everything because everything is working as a concurrent design, is stored in one place, one central location, and all the revision history is stored. Okay, so that's about it on Vault Basics. So when we go look about Vault Professional. Okay, so what Vault Professional is a more enterprise level or high-end level of data management, which we can collaborate beyond the firewall. So like previously, the basic one can only work internally. So for Vault Professional, you can sync it to the cloud and work beyond your firewall. You can have versioning controls. We can create auto file numbering. We can create form management or bill of materials management. So we can control all your part lists. We can create multi-site scalability. So which means that if you have multiple office, everyone can use the same data as long as you set up it correctly. So enterprise system integration, we can integrate with all the ERP applications, ERP solution as well. So in this case, from the image, you can see all the engineers, managers there. So they are sharing it to Vault. Vault is the one who's doing the data management and sharing of the data to Fusion team. So basically, Vault is working with Fusion team. So Vault is working for all the internal collaboration, internal data management. Once you want to share it outside, you need to be synced to Fusion team. Okay, so you can control multi-level of details or permissions to be shared out to external parties. Okay, so basically how it looks like. So after you put it, after all the engineers put their data in Vault, so everything is centralized, right? So let's say the engineering manager wants to share out to customer. Basically, he can choose what folders or what projects, what files that he want to share out. Okay, he can set it out, who can see it, and then it will be synced to Fusion team, and Fusion team will do the collaboration externally. Okay, and then these things, right? It's not just one way. So basically, if there's any changes to the files, right? So let's say the engineer manager or the mechanical engineer makes some changes to the files and save it to Vault, Fusion team will also get its update. So, and then all three people who have access to this Fusion team also will get the updated file. So we can eliminate the issues that people always miss out on the latest files. Which is latest file to use? What is the latest file? What is the correct files to use? So this is all the normal issues that the manufacturing floor always facing. Okay, collaboration design, project sync. Okay, so like I said, it's bi-directional exchange of CAD documents, CAD awareness. So this is also CAD aware application. You can share selective data to external collaborators. Basically, it's not the whole thing. You can specify or select specific data to be shared. Project sync is basically project sync. The one that helps the syncing is not the Vault itself, but we have the job processor that helps to process all these so-called jobs. Basically, it's another applications that helps to take off the load from Vault. So we can create new project in Fusion team and we can invite collaborators. But this project sync features is only for Vault professional customers only. Okay, so in this case, if you want to have these capabilities, you need to instead on top of PDMC, you need to invest on Vault professional as well. Okay, desktop connector. So basically connect your desktop to cloud. That's what it means. Okay, so you want to basically the idea is you save your file to one location, and then on that location it will automatically upload to cloud or sync to cloud storage. So that's the whole idea. Okay, so basically, so whenever we install, so we have this Autodesk desktop connector. Autodesk desktop connector is free. You can download and install it. Okay, so basically it creates a virtual drive within the Explorer. So usually you'll see these three things. So in Beam Docs, Drive, and so Fusion 360 once you install the desktop connector. So basically this is the so-called virtual drive that's connect your desktop to the cloud. Okay, so what do you need to do to have this access? So first of all, of course, your contract manager or your software coordinator must give or must assign you the access. Okay, and then you just need to go to Fusion team, make sure you access to your Fusion team. Okay, once you already have access to your Fusion team, all the sign in, password already been keyed in, so you can install desktop connector, okay, from the so-called Fusion team, and you will install it directly. Okay, so basically you use your Fusion team sign in for the desktop connector to load the files to cloud. Okay, so in this case, so from Inventor Fusions, okay, desktop connector, and then it will load to Fusion 360 in the cloud. Fusion 360 is working on cloud. Okay, so how does it looks like? Okay, so on Windows Explorer, so this is on our Windows Explorer, so it looks like this. So let's say under Fusion 360, you can see the what do you call this, star icon? Is it not star? Okay, never mind. So this is so-called the projects. So you can create projects, and then inside that project, you can create more folders. Okay. So in this case, Inventor, I go to this Manuela Zelinka, and then I have these folders. Okay. So and then this is called team. Okay, so this is so-called team, Manuela Zelinka teams. So inside it is so-called the folder of projects. Okay, so this is on Fusion 360. This is on Inventor. You can see that they are linked together. Okay, so who can utilize or use this desktop connector? So basically, everyone who have access to PDMC, Inventor, Fusion, who have access to its subscription, have the capabilities to use this desktop connector. Okay, so this gives them access to cloud storage location, also the ability to download desktop connector. Okay, so from here, let's say I go to my teams. So, and then I open up my Inventor, create some parts, save it to my team. Okay, Inventor part, I name it. Okay, and then let's see, from that Inventor part, I go to my Fusion. So my Fusion, I have that Inventor part that I have just created. So it can be also done from Fusion side. So let's say from Fusion, I'll create the part, save it into the so-called working folders. So we can open up in Inventor now, but instead of importing the file, so it can work as, let's say when I open it up. Oops, sorry. When I open the files up, not this one. Okay, so now I have that Inventor, so I open up that Fusion part from Inventor, so I can set it to reference model instead of converting the models. Okay, and then let me just make amendments. So basically, this part is created from Fusion. Now I save it back to the folder that I set my desktop connector to. Okay, make some changes now. I make changes in Fusion, and you can see that it's updated. And now you can see the updated version is now shown in Inventor. Basically, it can work both ways. You can edit in Inventor, you can edit in Fusions. Okay, as long as your desktop connector is working. And then apart from that, you can view it from your Fusion team. Okay, so this is Fusion team. You can view it like that from the Internet Explorer. You can see the versioning and so on. So this is on top, you can see version 1 and so on. Okay, so this is on Fusion team. Okay, so I've covered shared views, Autodesk Drive, Fusion team. BIM 360 is not inside PDMC, or currently now it's Autodesk Doc. It's not inside PDMC. So this is mainly used for architectural company. Desktop connector and Fusion's lifecycle also is a separate purchase from Fusion 360. So you need to purchase this extra Fusion lifecycle to control or to play around with the lifecycle of the data management. Okay, so now let's look at the differences of the shared views and Autodesk Drive. They look pretty much similar at first. Okay, so basically the Autodesk Drive is cat-aware cloud storage for individual and small team. And for Autodesk Viewer or shared view is for you to easily view and share design to others by just browser. So there's no charge for Autodesk Viewer, it's free, but you need Autodesk account. Okay, for Autodesk Drive, it's subscription benefit. As long as you have active subscription, that means you have benefit of using Autodesk Drive. Okay, data for Autodesk Viewer, data 30 days available, but of course you can extend it. Okay, but usually why they put 30 days, because it's like a case-to-case basis or issue-to-issue basis. So once you up an issue or a markup, you need to be resolved, right? So once you resolve that, you can close the case within 30 days. Okay, but of course it's extendable. For Autodesk Drive, it's 25 gig of storage. It's more on the storage side. Okay, so you can upload files. For Autodesk View, you can upload files from Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive. Okay, but for Autodesk Drive, there's no user access or control and management. Basically, you just use what Drive has to offer. Okay, support most 2D and 3D formats. This is working for both of the things as well. Share, comment, markup, screenshot, and print. Okay, with desktop connector, it fully support inventor reference and also support all the AutoCAD reference, extract, and so on. So when we go to Autodesk Docs or BIM 360 Docs previously, so BIM 360 Doc was previously is for commercial solution for AEC teams, but Fusion team is mainly for design and manufacturing teams. Autodesk Docs is cost per user. You need to purchase, and the license is cost per head per user. As for Fusion team, is included in the subscriptions. Okay. So for BIM Docs, it's unlimited storage. As for 500 gig of storage for Fusion team. Okay, project-based administration for Fusion team and user access control. You can specify the permission up to user access level. Okay, markup tools. Okay, both also can create issues. Okay, compare versions with desktop connectors. Fusion team can fully support inventor reference and also AutoCAD reference and upload and download Revit files. Okay, for Autodesk Docs, extract AutoCAD, no management of inventor reference. Basically, they can't reference inventor. They can just detect part files. Okay, but it works mostly best with Autodesk Revit. Okay, so some summary. Okay, so data management and collaborations. Okay, so what's the benefits of implementing the data management and collaboration tools from within the PDMC? So you can invite an internal and also external stakeholder to participate in a project. So it's become visible to everybody. Of course, you need to control who can have access or view to it. Okay, you can securely share models and data. You can connect teams globally. Okay, not just from within one office. Auditable trail of when and where design decisions were made. So you can trace who made the changes, when the changes is made. So basically, if your colleague made some changes, you will know who made the changes and when. But since we have control over our versioning, right? So we can always go back in case he made some wrong amendments. We can always go back to the correct versions. So capabilities from within these collections, version control, cloud storage, commenting and redlining the markups features, file management and export, user management. Of course, you assign users, you give access to user, and of course, one more thing is the file searching, file search capabilities. Okay, so again on the collaborate part. So let's say if we use from Fusion, so we can just straight away from Fusion, we can collaborate to external. We do not have to use Vault or whatsoever. Okay. Supplier collaboration. So so when you implement something like this, so collaborate through the cloud. So it's easier for you to collaborate with your supplier. Okay, so you can know your supplier, you can manage your compliance, you can see the data or the report live. Okay, you can see the updated also live on the cloud. Okay, so any questions? Any questions?
Yeah, it's time for us to take questions. So if you have any questions, you can actually type in the chat and then we try our best to reply here during the webinar.
Okay, if you have question, you can type in the chat box, so maybe I can help to answer, or maybe if you are feeling shy to ask here, you can also send your inquiries, send your questions to Yichao, also to Marcus. Okay, you can email to them to see, or maybe you can reply to the Soko webinar invite as well, so we can also follow up from there. So if any questions, let's see. Yichao, Marcus, you have any questions?
Not for now. Just maybe
No, I
more
don't have anything. You just wait for a couple of maybe just 1-2 more minutes. Then if there's no, let's see if there any response or any question from the customer.
Okay. Okay, I think no more questions. So guys.
Yeah, so this wraps up for our webinar. So thanks for attending. And I mean, after that, you have any post queries, you can still reach out to us by emails, and we'll follow up with the recording of this webinar. Send it to your emails for those that are attending. And yeah, so next Thursday we would have another webinar, which is the last of this product design and manufacturing collection series. On from seamless transition from design to manufacturing. So we also will extend out the invite to you guys. So yeah, do look ahead.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Syed. Yeah,
Bye.
thanks, Charles. Okay, see you guys. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, I.